Welcome to this video. If you look at the screen right now, you can see that something is different. I'm not sitting in front of the green screen, I'm just sitting here in the middle of the room actually. And the reason for that is that in this video, I would like to show you our equipment, because some of you guys wrote us that you want to know more about that. So we want to show you which camera we use, which microphone, and some more stuff. And before we start, you can also find some links to that equipment down there in the video description. But if you click onto that, these are not affiliate links, so we don't earn any money if you click onto these. We just want to make sure that if you want to buy some of our equipment, well, you can do that. And with that, let's start right now. So let's start our little home shopping channel right here with the first thing, because in our videos you can see our faces. Well, and to see the faces we need a camera, and for this purpose we use this one. That's a Sony Camcorder. It's called HDR CX625. As I said, you can find a link to that little camera in the video description. The important thing is actually that we don't use any fancy settings on that. We simply use 1080p and record in 50 frames per second. We render the videos then later in 720p and 25 frames per second only. We are experimenting with that, and we might also produce some videos in 1080p in the future, but as I said, we try to find the right compromise between the quality and how good we can handle the data and especially the file size. The camera is about, I think about $500 for example, so not really cheap, but considering what it can do, I think it's good value for the money actually. Well, that's the camera, but as you can imagine, we are not sitting like this and film ourselves because we need our hands. And for this purpose, you need two things. The first thing is we need a tripod. And of course, I'm well prepared. So I got this chair, and on this chair, we can see this tripod right now. That's a Kalman Alpha 2500, I think. It's a really basic tripod actually, but totally sufficient for our purposes. And well, you now got the tripod, but you have to mount the camera onto it. And for that purpose, you have this mounting plate. This comes with the tripod actually. And the only thing you have to do is you have to, well, kind of put that thing onto the camera like that. Well, and then you can simply plug it right here. Oops, like this and like that. And then you need to play around with the camera and make sure that, well, the face is correctly in the camera. And with that, we actually have our face now at least. That's step one. Step two is then actually the audio, because this camcorder has an integrated microphone, but to be honest, the quality is not the best one. And as you can hopefully hear in the videos, we have a relatively good audio quality, I think, in the meanwhile. And the reason for that is that we're not using this audio, but we're using an external microphone. And which microphone do we use? Well, we use this one. That's a Rode Procaster. Again, check the video description for the exact details about that. This is this great thing. As you can see, it comes in that beautiful bag, by the way, really awesome. And the amazing thing is that, well, it simply works, because in the beginning of the channel and actually until some months ago, Max and I, we experimented around with the microphones, and we found in the end that this is actually the best microphone that you can get for your money. It's about $200, so not really cheap, but as I said, it's really worth it, because I think for you guys it's really important that you understand what we're saying, so a good microphone is important. Now, this microphone is nice, but as you can see right here, we don't have anything to adjust on it. And that's an important thing, because to use this microphone you need another thing. You need a mixer. We also got something like that, of course, and let me fetch that right here. That's the mixer that we use. Hope you can see it. It's a simple Behringer, I don't know the exact name, Xenix 302 USB mixer. As you can see, we are not really into the details about the technique, to be honest, because the important thing for us is that it basically works, and that's what it should do. So we also didn't play around a lot of the settings. You can play around with the gain and the phones maybe, but that's the main thing we did. And if you use it on your own, well, you have to find the right settings for your room. Depending on the size of the room, you have to play around with that. But the only thing you have to do is actually you need that mixer, which you can plug into your computer then, and with that you're almost done regarding the audio. The problem still is that, again, I'm holding my microphone and, well, that's not kind of the setup we use, so we need another thing. Let me fetch that quickly. Back in business, but this time with a mic stand. Again, this is a really basic mic stand actually, because the only thing it has to do is, well, it has to kind of hold the mic. And to do this, you've got the mic and you got this little thing right here, and then you can simply adjust it like that. Whoops, maybe put it down a little bit, depending on it, like this maybe. Whoops, like that. And if you then plug your mixer, so this cable you get, right here into the microphone, like that, and then, as I said, connect the mixer to the computer, well, then you're ready to go. But there is one important thing missing, and that's the green screen, because as you see in the videos, we have our faces and our audio, but the main thing you see is not us, it's the thing we do on a computer. And for the purpose, we need a green screen behind us. Now, here I have a white wall, but normally I got this green screen. And I will not build up the green screen right now because, to be honest, it's quite big and it takes some minutes. So this is the green screen we use actually, so check it out right here. And as you can see, it comes with a lot of stuff. You have the green screen and all the stands that you need to kind of, well, build it up in your room. And you also got the lamps, which are really important, because you need to make sure that the illumination of the green screen is as, well, equal as possible in each part of the green screen. Because otherwise it becomes really hard to get rid of the green screen later on in the video editing. So to talk about these lamps, let me just show you how these lamps look like and how they work. So the mic is gone, but now we got this little thing right here. And that's all included in that green screen package that I just showed you. And we have that stand, of course, for the lamp. And we have that, well, thing to mount the lamp in. And, well, let's do this now to show you how this works. So we got this thing. And now we got these lamps. So these are really big lamps, actually. And you simply mount them into this thing. Like that. Hope you can see that. Well, not really good. Let me maybe, I don't know, make this smaller. Better now? Not really. I hope you can see it. So here we got the lamp. Mount it down a little bit. Like that, right? So you can see it. So that's the lamp, but that's not all you need. You also need something else. And this something else is this thing, an umbrella. And no worries, it's not raining in here, but you need that because, well, if you look at it, it's a black umbrella on the outside, but inside it has this reflecting thing right here. And that allows you to kind of, well, reflect the light, and by that get the best illumination or the good illumination of the green screen, as I said before, to make sure that the illumination of the green screen is kind of equal in each spot of that green screen. Now you have two different umbrellas that come with the package. It's the black one, oops, and it's the white one, like that. Now what's the difference? Well, as I said, the black one is black on the outside and has that reflecting thing on the inside. This one is white inside and outside. So the difference is that if you use the white one, just make it like this. Hold on, I'm crashing a lot right here. Let's see. So you would mount it like that. I know it's hard to see. It's not a lot of space in here, like that. So you would turn it into your direction, right? So this would something like, not that close of course, but basically that's the idea behind it. So you got the green screen behind you, then you got the lamp, one to the left, one to the right, and well, then you turn the lights on, which is something I'll do in a few seconds. But before we do that, let me just unmount that umbrella. Like that, because we don't use this white one, because we also played around with it. And we found out that from a lighting perspective, at least in our case, this black one's better. And as I said, if we use that one, then you simply have to put it right here. You cannot see me right now. Like that. Maybe an important thing, that's not the spot I normally record my videos, so don't worry, we have a little bit more space when we record the videos. But that's how it works. And as you can see, I'm now turning it around because it has to reflect the illumination. Well, and as I want to make sure that you get some insights, if you then turn on this light, then it looks like this. And this is really, well, white actually. And now you can imagine how this basically works. You have one to the right, one to the left, the green screen behind you, then the camera and the microphone. And that's actually it. Let me just switch that off because it's beautiful, but it's kind of not the atmosphere that you would like to have all day. And with that, we are actually done with our equipment, so basically the hardware that we need. But there is one more thing that we need actually right here. And this one more thing is of course the software that we use to record our screens. Because in the end, it's nice to hear us, it might be nice to see us, I don't know. But the most important thing is that you see what we're doing on the screen. And for that purpose, we use, well, two different softwares. On the Mac, we use ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow is not for free, you have to pay for it. I think an annual subscription is about $130. And on the Windows computer, we use OBS. It's Open Broadcast Software, Open Broadcaster software. And this also works quite nice. To be honest, Max and I, we prefer ScreenFlow and we more record on the Mac. But whenever we use Windows, as I said, OBS also works perfectly. And that's it actually. That's what we use for our recording. And if you have any questions or something like that, just post them in the comments. And also if you generally like this kind of format, if you want to have more insights into the channel, how we work, what we do and how we do it. So yeah, I hope you kind of enjoyed this different video. I'm sorry if it's not as well structured as the normal videos because it's kind of, well, a different style of video. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed it. And well, as always, I can only say thanks a lot for watching and hope to see you in the next videos. Bye!